Forward to the Quinn's mansion. Samantha and Bryan walked into the sitting room tiredly. Mrs. Quinn went out, while Nathan is with Mr. Quinn. Immediately, they reached the longest couch in the room. They didn't think twice before falling on the chair. Samantha took the upside while Bryan lay downwards. "Am hungry." Samantha's stomach made a loud growl. "Why don't we go to a fancy restaurant? I won the competition and am the school's queen bee. Shouldn't you reward your girlfriend a little?" Her eyes twinkled in expectations. "Okay, what restaurant did you want to go to?" Bryan chuckled. "Let's just go to Fanom's local restaurant," Samantha muttered, and Bryan raised an eyebrow. "What is Fanom local restaurant? Never heard of it," Bryan said, and Samantha smiled. "I will lead. Let's go. Fast forward to Fanom restaurant." "This is the worst restaurant I have ever gone to," Bryan muttered, looking around the small restaurant. "I want to eat spicy instant noodles," Samantha said, and Bryan rolled his eyes. "Can I have 2 plates of spicy instant noodles?" Samantha said, and the attendant nodded before leaving. "Like seriously? I don't eat such things," Bryan said. "Why I like here the most is because of the few people that are here, is always quiet and peaceful." Samantha smiled. There were only 3 people in there. Soon the spicy noodles were placed on the table. "You don't eat noodles? All rich people like you eat is 10 laps of chicken and other side dishes," Samantha muttered. "Okay, I will eat the 2. Samantha added, and was about to bring the plate close to her, but Bryan dragged her back. Bryan stared at the food strangely and picked a fork before dipping it into his plate, and when there was a reasonable amount of noodles on his mouth, he dipped it into his mouth and chewed it. "Isn't it delicious?" Samantha asked. He didn't talk. He just continued eating till half of the noodles remained. "Am full," Bryan muttered. "But you ate little." Samantha frowned. "That's what I eat every day." Bryan ruffled her hair. "Whatever," Samantha said, and dragged Bryan's food. "Thank God, I thought you would never stand your ground and act like a man." Bryan said to Jeremy, "Now I feel relieved. Am still thinking about this." "How can my mum force me to marry someone?" Jeremy muttered bitterly. "Then it's up to you to find out. That is if you want to," Bryan said. "Samantha and the girls won, right? Then help me to tell her congratulations." Jeremy smiled, and Bryan nodded. "Take care," Bryan muttered as he grabbed the red wine on the table and gulped it in a gulp. "Hey, that's mine." Jeremy frowned while Bryan rolled his eyes. Bryan ran out of the mansion and entered his car and began to drive to the mansion, but suddenly his body began to feel hot. "Damn, someone drugged me," Bryan thought, as he came out from the car and hugged himself. He must not do anything stupid. "Should I call someone to tie me because it's becoming unbearable?" Bryan thought. Bryan clenched his fist as he punched the wall. "The person who did this will pay."